Every red-billed oxpecker begins life hidden inside the darkness of a tree hollow. Yet sooner or later,
Every new day begins with a partnership. Across Africa's open savanna, red-billed oxpeckers depend on the...
each tiny parasite provides valuable nutrition. For these birds, healthy buffalo mean reliable food, and reliable food is essential before the breeding season begins.
When conditions are right, feeding gives way to courtship. The pair returns to a familiar tree where the next generation may soon begin. Mutual preening strengthens the bond between partners. Trust and cooperation will soon become as important as food itself.
Unlike many birds with dramatic displays, the oxpecker relies on subtle movements. Quiet signals are enough between two experienced partners.
This is a strong choice.
Very safe here.
Let's begin.
Unlike open-nesting birds, oxpeckers raise their young inside natural tree hollows, where thick wood provides valuable protection from heat and predators.
The cavity must provide enough space for eggs, growing chicks, and two attentive parents. Choosing wisely is worth every careful inspection. Buffalo offer more than food. Loose hair collected from their coats will become soft insulation for the hidden nest chamber.
Piece by piece, the unseen nursery takes shape. Deep inside the acacia trunk, a secure home is being prepared for the eggs that will soon arrive. After days of careful preparation, the nesting chamber is finally ready. Hidden safely inside the ancient tree, it will soon shelter the next generation.
The female prepares to lay her first egg while her partner continues gathering food nearby. Their roles have already begun to divide. The first egg marks the true beginning of their breeding season. Over the coming days, the clutch will slowly grow.
A complete clutch of 3 eggs now rests inside the protected chamber. From this moment onward, constant care becomes essential. Incubation demands remarkable patience. Even small changes in temperature can influence the developing chicks inside each egg.
The female remains with the eggs, while the male searches for food. Cooperation allows incubation to continue with minimal interruption. The parents regularly exchange duties. Every changeover is carefully timed, so the eggs are never left exposed for long. Turning the eggs helps distribute warmth evenly and supports healthy embryo development throughout incubation. Weather across the savanna changes quickly, but the thick wooden walls of the cavity provide valuable shelter from heat, wind, and sudden storms. After many days of careful incubation, the first signs of life finally appear. Hatching is slow and exhausting. Each movement consumes precious energy, yet instinct drives the chick forward. Cleaning the nest begins immediately. Removing broken shells helps keep the nest chamber safe and uncluttered. Each egg develops at its own pace. In a short time, 3 vulnerable hatchlings depend entirely on their parents for warmth, protection, and every meal. The first meals are surprisingly small. Tiny parasites collected from buffalo provide concentrated nutrition for the rapidly growing chicks.
Parents distribute food repeatedly throughout the day, ensuring each chick receives enough energy to survive the critical first days.
Food gathering never stops. Every successful search on the buffalo quickly becomes another meal waiting inside the tree.
Both parents share responsibilities. While one searches for food, the other keeps the fragile hatchlings warm and protected.
Growth is remarkably fast. Within only a few days, the once helpless hatchlings begin transforming into young birds ready for the next stage of life. The buffalo provides an endless hunting ground. Every successful search brings another valuable meal for the hungry brood waiting inside the tree. Their careful coordination allows the chicks to receive frequent meals throughout the day. The first true feathers begin to emerge. Soon, these tiny hatchlings will resemble the adult birds that care for them. Keeping the nest clean is just as important as providing food. Good hygiene helps protect the developing chicks from disease.
Not every moment is filled with activity. Rest allows the chicks to conserve energy for the rapid growth taking place each day.
Their strength is increasing. Every meal fuels muscles, bones, and feathers that will soon prepare them for life beyond the nest. Even before they can fly, instinct encourages constant practice. These early movements gradually strengthen the wings they will soon depend upon. Although they rarely rest for long, brief moments together help the pair coordinate another cycle of feeding and care.
The outside world is becoming increasingly familiar. Before long, curiosity will replace caution.
Flying cannot be taught in a single lesson. Confidence develops through countless small movements long before the first leap.
Even at the nest entrance, every successful step is rewarded. Food encourages the young birds to venture farther from the security of the hollow.
The first flight is brief and uncertain, but it marks one of the most important milestones in an oxpecker's life.
Life outside the cavity begins with practice. Strong legs, steady balance, and controlled wing beats are essential before longer journeys become possible. For the first time, the young birds leave the nesting tree behind. Ahead lies the feeding ground that has sustained their parents for generations. Landing on a living animal demands remarkable balance. Observation becomes the young bird's greatest teacher. Finding parasites requires patience and experience. Like many hunting skills in nature, success comes only through repeated practice.
A tiny parasite may seem insignificant, yet this first successful hunt marks the beginning of independence.
Only days after leaving the nest, the young birds begin relying increasingly on their own skills. Experience now becomes their greatest teacher. Patience often brings the greatest reward. Careful observation allows even an inexperienced bird to locate hidden parasites.
Come along now.
We're ready.
Good, follow us.
Here we come.
Feather care is essential. Clean, well-maintained plumage ensures efficient flight and healthy insulation throughout adulthood.
The vast African grasslands provide endless opportunities. Each journey across the savanna strengthens the skills needed for survival. The nesting cavity has fulfilled its purpose. For weeks, it protected fragile lives hidden safely within its wooden walls. Independence arrives gradually. The young oxpeckers now spend more time feeding on their own than following their parents.
Learning often continues through observation. Every successful technique quickly spreads among the young birds.
The parents' role is nearly complete. Their careful investment has produced a new generation capable of surviving on its own. From a hidden cavity deep inside an ancient tree to the endless plains of Africa, the journey is complete.
The young birds no longer depend on constant guidance. Their daily routines now closely resemble those of fully mature oxpeckers.
As their confidence grows, the young birds travel effortlessly with the moving herd, following the food wherever it leads.
Even independent birds occasionally return to familiar gathering places. The old nesting tree remains an important landmark within their home range. The nesting chamber is empty once more. Yet this quiet hollow has successfully sheltered an entire generation, from egg to fledgling.
What began as hesitant wing exercises inside a dark cavity has become graceful, confident flight across the African savanna.
The boundary between parent and offspring gradually disappears. The young birds have become capable members of the herd's ever-present companions.
Across these vast grasslands, countless generations have followed the same timeless cycle. Courtship. Life on the African savanna never truly ends. It simply begins again. Hidden within an ancient tree. Seasons come and go, but the ancient acacia remains. Long after one family has departed,
the young birds have become skilled foragers. What was once learned through observation is now guided entirely by instinct and experience. This remarkable relationship benefits both species. The birds gain nourishment while helping reduce the burden of external parasites on their massive hosts.
Across Africa, these partnerships have shaped the rhythms of the savanna for countless generations, linking birds and mammals in one shared ecosystem. Hidden deep inside this hollow, a complete life cycle quietly unfolded. From fragile eggs to
Though it no longer needs the safety of the nest, the place where life began remains part of its journey. For the red-billed oxpecker, survival is not defined by a single season, but by the endless cycle of adaptation, cooperation, and renewal.
Tomorrow, the buffalo will roam once more, the oxpeckers will search for food again, and somewhere within an